At midnight 2:22 a.m. on August 9th, someone placed your name inside a book of dark spells. Archangel Michael tore the page before the curse fully activated. Watch this video immediately. It was a still and silent hour, 2:22 a.m. on August 9th, when the enemy moved in shadows. A name was whispered, not by love but by jealousy, bitterness, or old rage. That name was yours. In the realm of darkness, someone opened a forbidden book. Not a book of light, not one of prayer or praise, but a book drenched in spells and curses. Fingers stained with sin flipped through its pages, and at that cursed hour, your name was written inside. Not by accident, not by chance, but with intent. You felt it, didn't you? That sudden tightness in your chest. That wave of anxiety out of nowhere. That dream that felt too real. Or the silence that felt too heavy. That with the moment your name was being written, your spirit was being called out in the dark. But heaven was watching. Archangel Michael, the warrior of the Most High, stood guard with a flaming sword. He saw the attempt. He heard the mutterings. And just as the final word of the curse was about to be spoken, he tore the page from the book and burned it in holy fire. The curse was interrupted, but the war is not over. This is not a story for the curious. This is a warning for the chosen. You were marked, but you were also defended. And if you're watching this, it's because heaven wants you awake. Awake to the reality of spiritual warfare. Awake to the unseen battles around your life. Awake to the fact that not everyone who smiles at you is pure. Some carry daggers in their words, some offer gifts laced in poison. This video is a divine summons. You are not here by accident. Because something was sent against you and now you must rise to destroy what was meant to destroy you. The battle begins with knowing. And now you know. Will you stay blind? Or will you step into the light? Type I am protected by fire to get blessing 7044. Here's a reason you've been feeling strange lately. Something in the atmosphere around you has shifted. You may not be able to explain it fully, but your spirit knows something was touched. Something unseen tried to enter. It wasn't your imagination. That deep feeling of heaviness, that sudden confusion, that dream that left you unsettled, it was all part of something real. When your name was written in that book of dark spells at exactly 2:22 a.m. on August 9th, a doorway in the spirit realm opened for just a moment. A dark presence tried to walk through it to reach you. But before the curse could plant its full roots, the page was torn. The fire of heaven met the fire of hell, and the flame of God won. You must understand this truth. There are powers at work that are beyond your eyes, but not beyond your reach. This is why you are here, reading and listening now. Because you need to know what happened in the night, and what must happen next. Archangel Michael says the enemy's spell was meant to silence your voice, to confuse your thoughts, and to drag you into a cloud of darkness. But heaven would not allow it. You are too valuable. You carry too much destiny. The torn page was not just paper. It was a sentence of death ripped apart before it could speak. Type I am chosen to get blessing 4112. Even though the curse didn't complete, the enemy planted a seed. That seed can still grow if you do nothing. That's why this message is not just a warning. It is a wake-up call. It's time to rise, not just emotionally, but spiritually. It's time to war for your peace, fight for your clarity, and reclaim what the darkness tried to steal. You are not weak. The very fact that heaven moved for you means you are dangerous to hell. The ones marked by God are often attacked the hardest. The fact that you're still standing, even after so much pain, is proof that grace has been covering you. The curse was torn, but some of the ashes blew into your atmosphere. That's why you may still feel fear at night, or anxiety with no cause, or see familiar patterns of struggle rising again. But now that you know the truth, you cannot sit back. You must burn the ashes too. This happens through prayer, through praise, through speaking life over your name. Say your name out loud and declare it holy. Say your name and remind yourself that you are not forgotten. Heaven knows your name. The book of curses may have tried to hold it, but the book of life has already written it with fire and light. Type I carry holy fire to get blessing 5278. Do not take this lightly. This is not a story to entertain. This is a battle that almost hit you, but God intervened. There are people in your life who may still be trying to pull you back into darkness, who carry curses in their mouths, jealousy in their hearts, and pretend to care while working against you. Pay attention. Not everyone around you is from God. Not every voice is your friend. And when you feel a sudden weight in your spirit after speaking to someone, believe it. Your discernment is growing. This is the season for you to break ties with what drains you and open your heart only to what feeds your faith. A curse tried to form, but now a new blessing must be spoken. You must speak it yourself. You must cancel what was spoken against you by speaking life every day. The angels have already started fighting for you, but your voice must join the battle. Begin today. Say, I will not be cursed. I will not be silenced. I rise with fire. I rise with God. I rise with victory. Let this be the day your name becomes dangerous to every demon that ever whispered your name in the dark. Let this be the day you understand you are covered by divine fire. Type I'm rising to get blessing 3127. There are some battles that happen without sound, without warning, and without a single physical sign, yet they shake everything inside you. You feel tired without reason, restless when all is calm, afraid though no danger is near. That is not a mood. That is a spiritual disturbance. Something was released when your name entered that dark book. It did not fully enter your life, but it tried to leave a trail, a spiritual fingerprint on your peace. The torn page stopped the curse, but the evil behind it is still searching, circling like smoke trying to find a crack. Archangel Michael says the enemy is always looking for an opening, a small gap in your thoughts, a weak place in your heart, a moment of fear or doubt to re-enter. That's why this time in your life is so important. You must stay awake in the spirit. Don't wait for another attack. Begin cleaning the atmosphere of your life right now. Play worship in your home. Anoint your doors with oil. Speak protection over your family. These are not superstitions. These are spiritual strategies. Just as there are dark rituals in the enemy's kingdom, there are holy rituals in God's kingdom. When you speak life, when you pray with fire, when you lift your hands even while feeling broken, heaven responds. Every word from your mouth can build a wall of protection or leave a door open. That is why the enemy wants you silent and confused, because your words carry power. It's time to open your mouth and command the dark to leave. Type my voice breaks chains to get blessing 8440. You are not helpless. Even if you don't feel strong, you are still chosen. You don't need to feel power to carry power. The Spirit of God does not wait until you are ready. It moves the moment you believe. Faith is not a feeling. It is a decision to trust God when fear is louder. The enemy wanted to confuse your purpose, make you second-guess your calling, distract you with emotional noise. But now the truth is clear. You were under spiritual attack because you are carrying something powerful for this season. Something inside you is a threat to the kingdom of darkness. That's why the curse was released. Not because you are weak, but because you are becoming dangerous to every demonic assignment. Let this settle in your heart. If the enemy had succeeded, you would not be reading this. The fact that you're still here means God stepped in. You were covered when you didn't even know you needed covering. You were rescued from what was meant to kill your spirit. Now it's your turn to respond, not with fear, but with fire. You don't have to know every detail to begin taking authority. All you need to do is take one step of boldness each day. Declare the word, pray with faith, and stand even when everything says fall. Type I stand with fire to get blessing 6932. This season is about shifting the atmosphere. You may have felt surrounded by confusion, but now you will be surrounded by clarity. What once felt like chaos will soon turn into peace. But peace isn't passive, it must be fought for in prayer, guarded by faith, and protected by truth. Speak Psalm 91 aloud over your life. Cover your family with it. Say, no evil shall come near me. I dwell in the shelter of the Most High. These are not empty words. They are weapons. They are shields. As you speak them, you activate angelic protection. The very angels that tore that cursed page are waiting for your voice now. They respond to truth. They move when you speak from faith. And though the battle was real, the rescue was greater. What the enemy wrote was erased. But now the Spirit says, do not stay silent. Speak life daily. Because the page was torn, yes, but the war is ongoing. And every day you rise, you remind hell that its plan failed. You are not who they said you were. You are not under the curse. You are standing under an open heaven now. I'm anointed to get blessing 9999. The same fire that rescued you from that dark page is the fire we carry into every message we release. This is not entertainment. It's a mission to set captives free, one soul at a time. When you support this work, you are sowing into a field where broken hearts find healing and lost voices rise in power again. The Lord says in Isaiah 60:1, rise, shine, for your light has come, and every gift you give helps someone else step into that light. I hear God saying now, if you help my voice go forth, I will make your home a sanctuary. If this video stirred something in you, let your giving be your response. Let it be worship. Let it be a prophetic act of agreement. Your support brings light into dark places, and heaven never forgets a giver. Use super thanks, join as a member, or give through PayPal using the link in the description below. Do it now. Don't delay. Step into the flow of fire. Your name was spoken in the dark, but now it must be declared in the light. The power of God is not silent. It responds. It answers. And today, your name is being surrounded by angels. That moment when the curse was written against you, yes, it was real, but it did not finish its work. Why? Because something stronger stood in its way. Archangel Michael says the plans of darkness may form, but they will not prosper when you stand in alignment with heaven. But listen carefully. The torn page was a rescue, yes, but it was also a sign. A sign that something about your life is marked for more. That dark spell was not just a random attack. It was a response to the light you carry. The enemy always moves when light begins to grow. You've been feeling pressure because your spirit is expanding. Your territory is enlarging. The curse was meant to collapse your confidence, delay your destiny, and shake your faith. But now that you're awake, you must guard your name with truth. Speak life over your name. Pray over it. Write it down and surround it with scripture. Say, my name belongs to God. My purpose will not be stolen. When you do that, you take back what was touched. You clean what was defiled. You shine light where shadow once rested. Type, my name is light, to get blessing 4406. Don't take this season lightly. This is a moment of decision. Either you take your place in spiritual warfare, or you let the shadows try again. They are watching, waiting for silence. But when you open your mouth with prayer, you scatter the plans of the enemy. Darkness cannot stay where truth is spoken. And truth is this: your name carries glory. Your future is guarded by angels. You are not alone. Even in the quiet moments when fear creeps in, you must remember this: your rescue was not an accident. It was divine intervention. God pulled you out of what was planned against you. Now, you must walk with that awareness. Don't return to old habits that weaken your spirit. Don't entertain people who speak against your peace. Be bold about your boundaries. God is calling you into deeper protection, and that requires obedience. You are not here to fit in. You are here to break generational patterns and destroy dark cycles that tried to rule your bloodline. When the page was torn, the curse ended, but the choice to walk in blessing is yours now. Type, I choose blessing, to get blessing 6822. Remember this: every time you declare God's word over your life, another wall of protection is built. Every time you speak life, a door to blessing opens. The spirit realm listens. Angels move at the sound of faith. Demons flee at the sound of truth. And heaven rejoices when you step into your identity. This is why the enemy fought you so hard, because once you realize who you are unstoppable. Let this be the day you stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for your power. Stop hiding your voice. The curse was broken so you could be bold again. So take that first bold step today. Let your life say what the enemy tried to silence. I am called. I am covered. I'm chosen. And let your name, once whispered in darkness, now echo in heaven's courts as one who walks in truth and fire. Type, my name is redeemed, to get blessing 5501. There is a sound in the spirit that rises when you begin to believe again. A sound that shakes the plans of the enemy. When you stopped believing, when you gave up hope, the curse tried to take root. But now that you're waking up, now that you're starting to remember who you are, that sound is growing. It is the sound of resistance. The sound of light breaking through layers of darkness that once had you bound. You may feel weak, but your spirit is getting stronger. Every moment you choose faith over fear, you step into divine authority. And that authority pushes back every spell, every curse, every lie that was placed over you. This isn't just a spiritual attack. It's a war for your identity. The enemy knows if you ever fully see who you are, he can no longer control what you do. Archangel Michael says the curse didn't come after your job or your money first. It came after your mind. Because if your mind is broken, your whole life follows. That's why confusion hit you so hard. That's why fear kept whispering. But the page was torn. The enemy's voice was silenced. Now, it's your turn to speak louder than every whisper that tried to haunt you. Type, I break confusion, to get blessing 3456. You are not what they called you. You are not what you lost. You are not the worst thing you've done. You are a child of light. You are a voice in the wilderness. You are a fire in the night. And though the curse tried to cover you in silence, God has removed the veil. You can speak now. You can walk now. You can fight now. But don't fight people. Fight the darkness that's been trying to shape your life. Your real enemy is spiritual. The confusion was spiritual. The depression was spiritual. The heaviness you carried wasn't just emotional. It was an invisible chain that tried to drag you back into darkness. But God broke it, and you must not return to what broke you. Not everyone can go with you into this new season. Some people were part of the old pattern, and God will pull them away, not to hurt you, but to protect what's rising in you. Don't beg for what God is removing. Don't cry over closed doors. What is ahead is bigger than what you're leaving behind. If only you knew how close you are to your breakthrough, you would dance right now, even with tears in your eyes. You would worship, even while unsure of the next step. Type I choose breakthrough to get blessing 7690. This moment is holy. Every time you pray, the air changes. Every time you open your Bible, light pours into your space. The enemy hates that. That's why you feel resistance when you try to pray. That's why you get sleepy when you open the Word. It's not just physical. It's spiritual warfare. Push through. Fight through. Because what's on the other side is clarity, peace, and power. The torn page was only the beginning. Now the Spirit of God is calling you to grow stronger. Begin to declare, I have a sound that breaks curses. I have a voice that shakes darkness. I have faith that cannot be stolen. These aren't just words. They are weapons. And when you speak them, angels move. Chains break. Shadows run. Because heaven doesn't respond to silence. Heaven responds to faith. This is the season you rise above what tried to bury you. This is the hour you understand. The attack came because you're carrying a prophetic calling. You're not just being rescued. You're being commissioned. And the same angels who tore that cursed page are now walking with you into your victory. Type my voice is fire to get blessing 8002. There is something sacred about the pain you survive. It was not just suffering. It was spiritual fire. It refined you, shaped you, and pushed you to cry out to God in ways you never had before. That pain was part of the battle the enemy sent after you when your name was placed in that book of dark spells. The attack was real. The tears were real. The silence from people who should have cared, that was real too. But it didn't destroy you. It only awakened something deeper. That's what the enemy didn't expect. He wanted you to break, but instead, you bent and kept moving. Archangel Michael says you are still here because heaven put a wall of fire around you in the moment of greatest danger. When that dark curse was spoken at 2:22 a.m., it tried to call out your name in the spirit world. But heaven heard it too. And before it could finish, the page was torn. The spell was broken. You may have felt a shockwave from it, strange thoughts, heavy emotions, odd dreams. But the core of the curse never reached your soul. Still, there's a spiritual cleanup that must happen now. When a fire breaks out, the flames can be put out, but the smoke can linger. And it's that smoke you're dealing with now. Type I remove the smoke to get blessing 6221. Some of the smoke shows up as fear, even when there's no danger. Some shows up as tiredness, even after you've rested. Some as voices in your head that say, you're not good enough, or nothing will change. These are not your thoughts. They are the leftover whispers from the spell that was interrupted. You must cast them out. You must take back control of your atmosphere. Begin to say, this space is holy. My mind is holy. My name is holy. That's how you push back the smoke. You fill the air with truth. You don't have to shout. You don't need fancy words. Just speak from your heart. Speak what is right. Speak what is from God, and the smoke will begin to lift. You will notice the difference. You'll breathe easier. You'll smile without forcing it. You will wake up with hope instead of dread. Because what the enemy started has been undone, but your agreement with heaven is needed to complete the cleansing. Don't agree with darkness. Don't repeat the lies. If a thought tells you that you are cursed, reject it. If a dream shows failure, speak life when you wake up. Cancel it in the name of Jesus. Your voice is powerful. Use it like a sword. Type I speak light to get blessing 4770. This is your moment to rebuild your inner life. Not just on emotion but on truth. You are not who pain tried to make you. You are not the sum of what you lost. You are who God says you are, called, covered, and rising. Begin to build your daily rituals of light. When you wake up, speak one truth over yourself. When you feel fear, say a scripture out loud. When you feel heavy, play worship and let your atmosphere change. These are holy acts. They are not small. Every time you do this, you are reversing the effects of the curse that was broken. You are sweeping the ashes. You are clearing the smoke. And you are stepping fully into the freedom that was purchased for you. Don't stop. Don't slow down. The fire is catching. Heaven is watching. Angels are standing by your side even now. And the same God who rescued you will restore everything the enemy tried to damage. Keep rising. Keep praying. Keep speaking. Type I am being restored to get blessing 9033. The enemy is not afraid of people who go to church but stay asleep. He is afraid of people who wake up. People who realize that their name is not just a name. It's a calling, a banner, a sound in the spirit. Your name was placed in the dark book to stop your voice, to delay your assignment, to pull you into depression and fear. But the page was torn, and that means your voice has now become a threat. When you speak, chains shake. When you pray, the atmosphere changes. The enemy sees it. He senses the shift. That's why, even after the curse was stopped, strange things still tried to distract you. Odd delays, sudden drama, emotional heaviness, people acting out. All of it is part of a last attempt to make you give up before you rise. But now you know. You are not confused anymore. You're not crazy. You were targeted. But you were also protected. Archangel Michael says that angels stood guard the moment your name was written in that book. They did not wait for permission. They acted fast. They moved by fire. And while someone in the dark was trying to curse you, someone in heaven was already preparing your comeback. That's why you're still here. That's why your heart still beats with hope. Because the fire that burned the cursed page is the same fire that's now surrounding your next season. Type I am guarded by fire to get blessing 5984. Your journey is not over. In fact, it's just beginning. You survived something most people wouldn't even recognize. A spiritual hit that was designed to end your future. And yet here you are, rising, thinking clearly, walking in faith. That is not just recovery. That is redemption. And with redemption comes responsibility. Now, you must protect what is rising inside you. This means saying no to anything that pulls you backward. It means praying even when you don't feel like it. It means watching your words, because life and death are in the tongue. Every time you say I can't, the enemy nods. Every time you say I am chosen, heaven agrees. The power is in your agreement. The enemy can't curse what God has blessed unless you begin to agree with the curse. That's why your words matter so much. From this day on, begin to speak differently. Speak like someone who's been rescued. Speak like someone who's been called. Say, I'm walking into light. I am not my past. I am God's vessel. These words will build walls around your spirit. They will drive darkness away, and they will open new doors. Don't wait to feel ready. Just start now. Start with one sentence, then another. Soon your voice will be so strong that no curse could ever land again. Type I break every agreement with darkness to get blessing 7210. This is not just about one curse that was broken. This is about setting a new pattern for your life. A pattern of boldness. A pattern of power. A pattern of light. The enemy wanted you trapped in fear, but now you will walk in authority. You wanted your name tied to failure, but now your name will be known in heaven for faith. Begin to see yourself as a weapon in God's hand. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are rising with strength that hell cannot stop. Yes, they tried to mark you with darkness, but God has marked you with glory. That mark is on your life, your voice, your future, and nothing can erase it. So stand tall. Speak loudly. Move boldly. Because the torn page was your beginning, not your ending. Type I marked by glory to get blessing 8880. Some of the people around you have sensed something different about you, even if they don't say it. They may not understand what happened, but their spirit feels the change. Ever since your name was torn from that dark book, your light has started shining in a way that cannot be hidden. Some people will be drawn to it. Others will feel uncomfortable. That's because light always reveals what's been hidden. When your atmosphere starts to shift, it makes some people nervous. They may not know why they feel uneasy around you, but it's because the darkness in them cannot stay near the fire that's rising in you. Archangel Michael says the reason some people suddenly pulled away from you, turned cold, or acted strangely is because the angels guarding you have made it clear you can't be touched anymore. You are covered. And anyone still holding on to dark intentions will either leave your life or be silenced by the power of God. This may feel painful at first. You might wonder why they changed or why the connection feels broken. But trust this truth. God is clearing your space so your spirit can grow strong. You don't need the weight of fake love and hidden attacks anymore. This is your season of protection and purpose. And to step fully into it, you must let go of what no longer serves your calling. Type I release what's not mine to get blessing 3777. You are not who you were before that midnight hour. When your name was written in darkness, something in you shifted. But when the page was torn, something in you was released. A new part of you was awakened. You are now more alert, more sensitive to things that are not right, more aware of spiritual energy in people and places. This is not random. It's God growing your discernment. He is sharpening your spirit. What used to confuse you will now be clear. What used to pull you down will now feel heavy in your soul. You are being trained by heaven to sense evil before it reaches your door. And with the training comes responsibility. You cannot return to ignorance. You cannot ignore your inner warnings. If something feels wrong, pray about it. Don't just brush it off. The Holy Spirit is teaching you how to walk protected. You are being led by truth, not just feelings. This is part of your growth. What was sent to curse you has become a classroom. You're learning. You're seeing. You're rising. Type I walk in discernment to get blessing 6142. Don't think it's strange if people say you've changed. You have. You're not trying to please everyone anymore. You're not wasting your time in places that drain your spirit. You're not giving access to people who only wanted to see you broken. This is spiritual maturity. And it came from that torn page. God used what was meant to destroy you to raise you into a new level of wisdom. You now see with different eyes. You hear with a sharpened spirit. And the more you lean into this new you, the more power you will carry. This is just the beginning. There is more ahead. The fire of God is not finished with you. It will keep burning, purifying, and pushing you forward. And you will walk into rooms carrying a presence that speaks louder than words. The darkness will feel it. The angels will move with you. And heaven will keep sending signs to remind you. You are not alone, and you are not ordinary. You are chosen. You are firewalk. You are curse-proof. And you are just beginning to step into your real power. Type I am stepping forward to get blessing 7320. Something strange starts to happen when you begin to walk in your true spiritual authority. People will start to misunderstand you. Old friends may distance themselves. Some may even talk behind your back. But don't be discouraged. This is part of the separation that comes after elevation. When God removes a curse, He also removes the people who were connected to it. Some of those people may not have spoken your name in the spell, but they were aligned with the darkness that tried to follow you. Now that the curse has been broken and the page has been torn, those ties are also being cut. This is protection, not punishment. Archangel Michael says it is dangerous to carry new oil while holding on to old containers. You can't carry a fresh blessing in a space that's still full of old voices, old memories, and old pain. So when people leave, when old doors close, when familiar places no longer feel right, let them go. That's not rejection. That's redirection. God is moving you into a place where your spirit can breathe again. You are not being left behind. You are being pushed forward by grace. The curse may have shaken your past, but the blessing is now shaping your future. Type I welcome divine separation to get blessing 7850. Do not try to explain yourself to everyone. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey. Some people were assigned to misunderstand you so you wouldn't go back to what God has already pulled you out of. This is your moment to walk in quiet strength. Let your fruit speak for you. Let your peace be your defense. The best revenge is not loud words. It's living in the light, walking in joy, and standing firm in purpose. You don't need to convince anyone that the curse was real. You lived through it. You felt the fire. You saw the smoke. But you also witnessed the rescue. You know the truth. Your name was torn from that book. Heaven moved for you. And now, you move for heaven. Every step you take forward is a slap in the enemy's face. Every time you pray, you're breaking more chains. Every act of faith is a declaration that the enemy lost again. You may not feel strong every day, but you are stronger than you've ever been. You may still cry, but your tears now carry healing. Type I am not going back to get blessing 6139. This is the season where your silence will carry power. Your prayers will be louder than your explanations. And your obedience will shake more than your opinions. Let the fire continue to burn. Let the curse remain broken. And let your light shine even when it makes others uncomfortable. You are not meant to shrink to make others feel safe. You are not meant to hide your light to keep the darkness at peace. Let it shine. Let it expose. Let it heal. And if you feel lonely, Remember this: separation always comes before elevation. Disquiet is not punishment, it's preparation. Heaven is working behind the scenes. New connections are coming. New doors are opening. New strength is rising in you. Stay ready. Stay open. Stay holy. You survived the curse. Now you will thrive in the blessing. I'm entering new places to get blessing 9922. The same angels that moved to protect your name are now moving through this message, reaching others who are still trapped. Every time you support this mission, you help heaven's voice reach another soul standing at the edge of darkness. The Lord declares, I will open rivers in the dry places, Isaiah 43:19, and your giving becomes that river. I hear God saying, as you help others rise, I will raise you above every hidden attack. If this message is speaking to your spirit, let your action echo your faith. Don't just receive, release. Release support as a seed, as a strike against every curse. Your giving isn't just kindness, it's war against the darkness. Support now through Super Thanks, YouTube membership, or PayPal link in the description. Obey the tug in your spirit. This moment matters. There is a special kind of peace that comes after a spiritual storm. It is quiet but strong. It is calm but powerful. You may have noticed that recently, after everything that happened, the attacks, the spiritual confusion, the silence from those around you, you started to feel something new. Not the old fear, not the old weight, but a lightness that doesn't come from rest. It comes from release. God has released you from something deep. It wasn't just a curse, it was a spiritual rope around your future. The moment that dark spell was written against you, it tried to pull you backward, tie you to old patterns, keep you stuck in the same cycles. But the moment the page was torn, that rope broke. Archangel Michael says the curse had roots, but the angel's fire burned not just the page, but the root itself. And now, the heaviness you feel at times is not from the curse, it is from the healing. Healing hurts sometimes. It brings up things that were buried. But this pain is not here to destroy. It's here to clean you out fully. God doesn't want to leave even one drop of darkness in you. That's why He's going deeper now, even after the rescue. I received deep healing to get blessing 8426. You may have moments where old memories return. Old voices. Old wounds. That doesn't mean the curse is coming back. It means your soul is being cleaned. Just like a wound itches before it heals, your spirit is now reacting to the healing process. Let it happen. Cry if you need to. Sit with God in silence. Ask Him to heal what was touched when your name was written in that dark book. Ask Him to reach places no one else can reach. This is the time for complete recovery, not just on the outside, but deep in your soul. The enemy didn't just want to stop your blessings. He wanted to damage your heart, confuse your thoughts, make you question your worth. But the fire of heaven is greater than the damage of darkness. You are being restored from the inside out. And as you heal, something new is rising in you. Strength, wisdom, power, discernment. You are beginning to see clearer. You are beginning to feel truth again. And the truth will keep you safe from every future attack. My soul is protected to get blessing 7583. In this healing season, protect your space. Protect your mind. Protect your heart. Don't allow the wrong voices back in. Be careful who you listen to. Not everyone carries peace. Some people carry spiritual poison, wrapped in charm, smiles, and empty advice. You must guard your gates. What you watch, what you hear, what you speak, these things shape your atmosphere. God is not just saving you. He's teaching you how to stay free. The curse was broken, but now the blessing must be built. That happens daily. It happens by choosing life again and again, even when fear knocks, even when doubt whispers, even when you're tired. Choose life. Choose light. Choose truth. And soon, this healing will turn into strength. You will become a safe place for others. Your words will carry fire. Your story will carry power. And the same God who pulled you out of a curse will now use you to pull others out of their own. You were saved for a reason. You were delivered on purpose. And your healing is not just for you. It's for everyone you're called to help. Type I'm rising for others to get blessing 9904. You may not realize it, but your healing has started to touch others already. Your light is spreading even without you trying. When God pulls someone out of darkness, He doesn't just heal them for their own peace. He heals them so they can carry that peace to others. That is now what's happening with you. You've walked through fire. You've felt the weight of spiritual attack. You've cried in silence while no one saw the pain. But now, something holy is rising from the ashes of your past. And even if you still feel weak some days, what's rising in you is stronger than you think. Archangel Michael says your name is now written in heaven with fire, not fear. No longer attached to curses, but covered by purpose. Every time you speak life, you are speaking as one who was rescued and restored. That gives your words power, the kind of power the enemy can't touch. That's why the spiritual attacks have changed. The enemy is now trying to distract you instead of destroy you, because he knows you survived what should have ended you. Now his only hope is to delay your assignment by filling your life with noise. Type I silence every distraction to get blessing 6841. That's why you must be very careful in this season. Don't let the noise pull you off course. Protect your schedule. Protect your focus. Not every open door is a divine opportunity. Not every invitation is from God. The enemy loves to send fake opportunities that look good but lead to spiritual dryness. You are not just anyone anymore. You are a person who carries spiritual weight now. Your steps matter. Your words matter. Your time matters. Treat it with honor. When you give your attention to the wrong things, your spirit grows tired. But when you stay close to the fire of God, you remain strong and clear. Do not trade your clarity for comfort. Don't go back to what God already removed. Even if it looks easier, even if it feels familiar, remember, anything that comes after deliverance to pull you back is not from God. It is a test, and you are ready to pass it. Type I will not go back to get blessing 5092. This is a new level. You've passed through the fire. You've come out marked. Now, you are being trusted with more. But with more power comes more responsibility. You can no longer afford to live carelessly. Your thoughts must be guarded. Your space must be covered. Your connections must be watched closely. The enemy is now afraid of your potential, so he will try to confuse your vision. But if you stay close to God, nothing can shake you. Your prayer life is the key now. Your worship is your shield. Your obedience is your weapon. Walk carefully. Walk wisely. You are not the same person from before. The page that was torn in the Spirit tore off a layer of false identity. You are now walking in truth. And as long as you walk in truth, you will keep rising. The spell failed. The curse was canceled. And now the enemy has nothing left but fear. He fears the power you are becoming. So stand tall. Keep moving. You are on holy ground. Type I am trusted with power to get blessing 6118. There is something very important happening around you now, even if you can't see it with your natural eyes. You are being watched, but not by the darkness anymore. You are being watched by heaven. Angels are recording your choices. Every step you take in this season matters more than ever, because you have come out of a spiritual trap, and now your future is wide open. The curse that tried to block your progress was destroyed. The dark book that held your name no longer has power. The torn page was more than just protection. It was a sign of what you survived and what you're called to carry. Archangel Michael says your survival has shifted the timeline of your life. What was delayed is now being restored. What was hidden is now being revealed. And what was once taken from you is now on its way back with double favor. This is the moment where your steps must be sure, your words must be full of faith, and your heart must stay pure. Because new doors are opening, doors that lead to purpose, healing, and greater impact. Type I walk through open doors to get blessing 7091. But every open door also brings a new battle. Don't expect everything to be easy just because the curse is broken. Sometimes, the blessing comes wrapped in responsibility. That is what God is giving you now. He is trusting you with more. You may feel unready. You may still feel tired. But God is not looking for perfect people. He is looking for people who are willing to pray even when it's hard, willing to obey even when it doesn't make sense, willing to trust Him even when they can't see the full picture. That's you. You didn't give up. You're still standing. And that is why heaven is releasing more into your hands. This is your time to step fully into your anointing. The fire that once rescued you is now the fire you carry. That's why you may feel different around people. That's why certain environments feel heavy or uncomfortable. You're no longer able to live in places that carry the wrong spirit. You've been changed. Your spirit is cleaner, and your mind is clearer. Now you walk with fire, and fire cannot live in a cold, dead place. Type I carry the flame of purpose to get blessing 8894. Don't be afraid of this new version of yourself. You are not being arrogant. You are being anointed. There's a difference. This is not pride, it is power. And you didn't give it to yourself. God placed it on you. He placed it after you passed through a season of battle. He placed it after the curse tried and failed. And now that you carry this new fire, you must be bold with it. You must use it to pray with more authority. Use it to speak life into people who are still trapped. Use it to speak over your home, your family, your future. Your voice has changed. Your name carries weight. And every time you declare something holy, the spiritual world responds. Angels move. Darkness backs out. Light enters. And the more you speak, the more you rise. You are no longer under any spell. You are no longer delayed by hidden forces. The chains are gone. The page is gone. And your future is waiting. Don't stop now. Keep rising. Keep speaking. Keep stepping. Because what you carry is needed in this world. Type I am rising into purpose to get blessing 5402. Your journey has not been easy, but it hath been holy. Every trial you faced, every moment you felt alone, every tear you cried was not wasted. It was part of your spiritual training. The curse that tried to bind you only revealed your strength. The battle that almost broke you made you sharper. You are no longer who you were before this happened. Your heart has changed. Your ears hear more clearly now. Your eyes see what others miss. And your spirit can feel when something is not right. That's because your sensitivity has grown. You have been through spiritual fire, and now your discernment is alive. Archangel Michael says this next season will require your full attention. You cannot afford to be careless. There is a shift happening, and only those who stay connected to heaven will move forward without delay. The torn page from the Book of Spells was a rescue, yes, but it was also a warning. A warning that spiritual warfare is real. A warning that you are a target, not because you are weak, but because you carry a powerful calling. The enemy wants to distract you, but heaven is still surrounding you. You are not alone. Type I stay connected to heaven to get blessing 7633. You may still feel the echo of the attack at times. A strange feeling. A heavy dream. A wave of fear that comes out of nowhere. Do not let it make you afraid. The enemy is only throwing shadows now. His weapons have already failed. But he hopes you'll believe the lie again. He hopes you'll question what God already settled. That's why this season is about standing firm. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, stay faithful. Pray when no one sees. Worship even when it feels dry. Speak life, even when your situation looks the same. The real change is happening in the spirit, and soon it will break through into your reality. Don't rush it. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Your story is unique. Your fire is different. What was sent against you was designed specifically to stop you, but it failed. That's why you can't let go now. You've come too far. You've gained too much in the spirit. Even if the enemy whispers that you're still under attack, answer him with truth. Say, I am not cursed. I am covered. Type I am not cursed to get blessing 6257. You are walking in holy places now. Your life is no longer ordinary. Your words are no longer just words. They are weapons. Use them. Guard them. Speak carefully. Speak with purpose. And be ready for what's coming next. Because soon, you will begin to see why the enemy came after you so hard. It wasn't just about you. It was about your influence, your family, your future, and the people you are called to help. When you rise, others rise with you. That's why this fight was so intense. That's why the curse came at the hour of deep night. But God didn't let it win. He tore the page. He sent fire. And he marked you as one who cannot be stopped. So now, stand tall. Lift your voice. Keep your oil full. Because the next part of your journey is about helping others who are still trapped in their own battles. You've been rescued. Now, you will become the rescuer. Type I carry rescue fire to get blessing 9025. Now the truth has been revealed. You were targeted in the deep night, but you were also protected by a force greater than darkness. At 2:22 a.m. on August 9th, your name was spoken in a place where evil had gathered. But before the curse could reach your soul, heaven stepped in. The page was torn. The assignment was broken, and you were rescued by the hand of God. Archangel Michael says that the same sword which cut that page in two is still drawn, still protecting, still standing between you and every new plan of the enemy. You are no longer just a survivor. You are a witness to the fire of God. A curse was planned, but now you walk in blessing. What was once fear has become boldness. What once held you down has now been turned into a platform for your voice. You have come through a divine process. The shaking, the silence, the sudden weight, it was all part of the tearing, the cleansing, the rising. You are being positioned to help others now, to speak when others are afraid, to shine when others are stuck in darkness. This is not the end. This is your beginning. You have seen spiritual war and lived to tell about it. You have seen the power of angels and felt the fire of God. Now go and walk with authority. Protect your peace. Guard your name. Keep your oil full. And never forget what heaven did for you while you were sleeping. The curse failed, but you must not forget it. Let your life now be a light that warns others, lifts others, and leads others out of darkness. Because what once was sent to destroy you is now your greatest testimony. Taught my story carries light to get blessing 9,990. You've walked with us through this prophetic fire. Now help us take it further. Every word we release is not just content. It is deliverance for someone who needs it. When you support this mission, you become a sower of light, helping others escape the same darkness you survived. God says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together," running over Luke 6:38. And I declare that your giving will return with favor, protection, and prophetic covering. I hear the Spirit saying, as you keep this flame burning, I will light your next steps with clarity and speed. This is not just an offering. It is an act of warfare, an act of faith, an act of obedience. Blessing follows boldness. Support now through Super Thanks, YouTube membership, or PayPal link in the description. Move with heaven, do it now.